How massive aircraft carrier crews face monster giant waves during rough seas. When an aircraft carrier sails into the open ocean, it carries the power of a nation and the lives of thousands of sailors. These ships look invincible, giant floating cities made of steel, longer than skyscrapers laid on their sides, and heavy enough to shake the sea beneath them. Yet even these giants must bow to nature. When the ocean becomes violent and giant waves rise like moving mountains, the crew must use all their skill, discipline, and training to keep the ship safe. Rough seas transform daily life on a carrier into a struggle against a force as old as the earth itself. Long before the first wave hits, the crew begins preparing. Officers on the bridge study detailed weather forecasts, satellite images, and radar screens, searching for the safest path through the coming storm. They know that turning the bow into the waves is often the only way to prevent the ship from rolling dangerously. Deep inside the steel corridors, sailors make the ship ready for battle against the sea. They secure equipment, tighten cables, seal heavy doors, and check every essential system. Even though the carrier is enormous, the ocean can still throw it around like a toy if the crew is not ready. Once the carrier enters the heart of the storm, the world changes. The entire ship rises and falls with the rhythm of the waves. Sometimes it feels like an elevator dropping several floors at once when the ship slides into a deep trough. The sound inside becomes a constant roar. Steel walls shake, the hull groans, and massive amounts of water crash over the bow, striking with the force of a moving truck. Even experienced sailors feel a mix of respect and tension as the ship climbs each wave like a mountain and then plunges down the other side. Life aboard during this chaos becomes a unique challenge. Moving through narrow passageways requires a sense of timing. Sailors hold on to rails, leaning their bodies to counter each sudden tilt. Meals in the galley become unpredictable as trays slide and cups dance across the tables. Even sleeping turns into a battle, with sailors bracing themselves so they do not roll out of their bunks. The constant vibration and loud smashes from outside make rest difficult, and the air inside feels thick with the tension of the weather outside. The flight deck, normally alive with jet engines and coordinated motion, becomes a dangerous plain of wind, water, and shifting metal. During the roughest moments, all aircraft operations stop completely. The deck is slick, visibility drops, and the wind can hit with hurricane force. Only essential personnel are allowed outside, and they must move with absolute care. One unexpected roll of the ship or a sudden blast of wind can put a life at risk. Every step on that deck during a storm is taken with the awareness that the ocean can punish mistakes instantly. Despite the danger, aircraft carriers are built with incredible strength. Their hulls are designed to flex and absorb pressure without breaking. Their size gives them a deep, stable center of gravity, helping them resist the worst of the waves. But even the strongest steel has limits. When a particularly massive wave strikes, it sends a shudder through the entire structure, reminding everyone on board that the sea is still the ultimate master. Through all of this, the crew's teamwork is what keeps the ship safe. On the bridge, officers watch instruments and the horizon with steady concentration. Deep in the engine rooms, sailors monitor temperature, pressure, and power levels, making constant adjustments. Damage control teams stand ready to respond instantly if water breaks through or if equipment fails. Communication never stops. Every voice, every decision, every action matters, because even a ship this large survives a storm only when its crew works as one. When the storm finally weakens and the sea begins to settle, the ship carries the marks of its struggle. The crew slowly begins inspecting every area, searching for signs of stress or damage. The flight deck must be cleared, checked, and dried before aircraft operations restart. The ship breathes again, returning to its normal rhythm. After facing waves tall enough to swallow buildings, the carrier continues on its mission, steady, resilient, and ready for whatever the ocean brings next.